Good morning. Loading up fuel. We gotta go move the irrigation stuff here. Probably done right now, but it'll be okay. I was wrong. It's not quite done yet. Must be moving just a little bit too slow. Looks like we got 40-50 feet to go yet. Not quite, something like that. Enough time to put our fuel in here, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, we got the fuel in. I also emptied our nurse tank with our fertilizer, put it on the pump trailer here. So we're still injecting that ATS and 28 blend that I've got. We're gonna keep doing that until it is gone. It's closer to being done. I don't have my timer hooked up, and so I'm kind of relying on this Farm HQ system to shut the pump down, and I haven't had that work yet, so I have little confidence in it at the moment. But I'm gonna try and do it from my phone right now and shut it down. If it doesn't work in 5 minutes or whatever, I'll just push the button and we'll drive over there, because it's pretty well done at this point. So when I hit the button on my phone, it's the little relay light there does blip real fast, and then the status light goes from the slow blue blinks to fast green blinks. It's getting the signal, but it's not working. I have a feeling it's the 480 volts is a problem, and we may have broken this box. I don't know. But anyway, if any of you, we're just gonna push the button. If any of you know what I need for a relay, I think what I need to do is, instead of having these wires be directly connected here, I need a relay and put the two control wires that are 480 volts into the control, or into the switch side of the relay, and then the black and blue wires coming out of this box to the control circuit. So if anybody knows exactly what I would need, this is my box. I don't have a DIN rail, but I could probably mount one in there maybe. I don't know. I've tried looking a little bit, and I just am not smart enough to know exactly what I need. But I need a relay that'll control 480 volts with a 12 volt control signal. So somebody hook me up, or at least give me a link. Okay, we got it spun around. We're ready to go. This is the last pull in the field that we have not done yet. So this will be our last time for the first pass. This is also the path that I drive in and out all the time. Out to the road, it's the closest one to get back here without going through the river. And so that's why we kind of waited till last on it. But we have a problem here. I don't have a tractor. I left the tractor sit over there, so it wasn't in the way, but now we've got to drive it around. So we're gonna walk back, we'll take it out and go down and out to the road. Yep, it's gonna take a minute. Well, I'm trying to get to the next lane. We're driving through some mud. This is what just got watered last night. It's basically the only way to get here. I guess I could have went all the way around, but that's no fun. We got it started back up. This next lane that we're gonna back down or pull down this afternoon or tonight, it's the first lane that we did a week ago, where we started. So I've gotten that question a few times of how long does it take to cover this field. Well, after I update my spreadsheet, I'll tell you how many acres we covered the first time over. But it takes a good solid 6 days to get over the whole field if I pumped straight through continuously with no real problems. Because we shut it down on Sunday morning, and we would have been done Sunday evening, probably middle of the night, Monday morning early. Had we kept it going and we not gotten that rain, we started it up last Monday afternoon or night, but there was one day in there where we lost 8 hours because the timer shut the pump off on me, and I forgot. And so yeah, it would take us a full 6 days to cover this whole field one time. About 1,150 feet on this pull. It's not quite a full one because we got the road up there, and I'm sure we're shooting it clear over the road at the moment, but I don't pull it quite all the way out. So that means I looked at my spreadsheet, and all the runs that we did, should have counted how many there were. But we did 132 acres of this field. That's what we're going to be able to water. Okay, I am back from irrigation stuff. We've got all day. It's going to be done at 6:37 tonight. So in the meantime today, we're going to start working on some harvest equipment stuff. I want to hook the grain cart up to the 8RX. So we're going to do that. And Brock's coming at 11 and he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to power wash it this afternoon because it never got done last fall, and I'm disgusted at myself for letting that happen, but it's just the way that it worked. So we're going to clean it up now before we get it out to use it, and make sure everything is good on it. We got to go through it a little bit. So can I get through here with that tractor? Be a little tight. We're going to try it. Still got that new tractor smell. Oh yeah. I don't think we're gonna make it. I think I could get the front axle out, but not the rear axle. So we'll have to pull bean head out. We gotta pull it out anyway because I want to hook up to the combine and it's on the wrong side. Yeah, we'll have to rearrange our barn back here a little bit, I guess. So Phil really wants this truck to get it hooked up for grain trailers for wheat harvest. I don't know why he has to do it right this minute today, but he does. So he said we got too much weight on the front with all that fertilizer in there, it's going to sink. So we're going to fill up our nurse tank here, get a little weight off it, and then hopefully he can unhook it and it'll be all right. The landing gear is really far back on this trailer. It makes it very front heavy. Well, we went ahead and pumped everything from the front tank into the back tank. Should be fine now. Ooh, it dropped a little. Alright, I was gonna jack this way up and try and suck the last little bit out of that tank, get it to run toward the back, you know. Back to hooking up a grain cart. Get our tractor. Oh, and a pretty tractor it is. Oh no, we're gonna wear the paint off our drawbar. What a bummer. Ugh, see if we can even get the pin out. Ooh, there's a clip on the bottom, I forgot. The other ones don't have a clip on the bottom. How long before I lose that, you think? Let's see. Hold on. I think we've settled a little bit. So I should be able to put that pin like that, and then as I back into it, it'll hook itself up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jack this up enough with just a jack. I might have to get the forklift or something and try and lift it, which I don't know if the forklift will lift this or not. Well, it worked. Forklift feels a little light in the back. It's supposed to lift 5,000 pounds. I don't know what we're lifting there, but it worked. My hitch pin even works. Look at that. I gotta take it out and put this hitch saver in there. This thing goes underneath. It's supposed to save your drawbar and your thing. I don't know. Probably should get a new one. This one's getting a little worn to it. Okay, we will get hoses and hydraulics or electrics a little bit later, but let's pull it up around in front of the shop. Think we got any flat tires? Track jokes. Track jokes. Oh yeah, this is a sweet rig here. Just need wider tracks on the tractor, and that would be awesome. It was a muddy fall. Oh. You remember that? Oh gosh, it was a muddy fall. Wet, nasty, just awful. Clean it up. Alright, Brock is here. He's cleaning, washing the tractor for us, or grain cart for us. So I got a little trash I need to haul, and then we got to go pick up our irrigation pipe. They called me yesterday. They are done, so we're gonna get the trailer and go get them while Brock keeps cleaning here. Well, I just went and ate lunch. Brock's making progress. You making progress? Yeah. Got a bunch of stuff scooped up and put in the backhoe bucket. Dirt off here, but a little more to do. So I'm gonna take my truck and go pick up those irrigation pipe. So I should be back in an hour or so. Have fun. How much underneath do you want? I mean, you gotta get this mud out of these tracks.
I understand that. I'm pulling underneath it.
Okay, well there's mud on the inside of the tracks too, so yeah. I know, I understand. They're a pain in the butt to clean, but It's just how it is. The wheat is certainly getting closer. The dips are still really green though, so I think we're a week out at least, maybe a little bit over a week, but getting closer. Well, there's our pipes, new ends welded on, and then these long ones. We got a couple patches welded on. Well, clearly I don't actually need these pipe up there to water that corn because we've been running it for a week now. So we're going to throw them on the pile back here. They are extra, kind of. The one with the riser we could use. I did have a standalone, just a like 18-inch long piece with a riser in it that I was able to use. So I would have used that pipe instead had I had it. And the other thing is I could use that short one that's on there to make that last piece not stick out into the last lane there, so it's easier to drive around. But I don't really need the full stick, and those other two short ones that I threw in the back of the truck are just kind of easier to get stuff positioned where I want it stuff. So we will use them next year. There's still a pretty good chance that I'm going to run over or damage a piece of pipe at some point this summer. That's what happened to these last time we irrigated. So we'll just keep them around for, you know, fixing my mistakes when they happen. All right, let's check in on our reel here. This is cool. This is working. There's the run we're currently making. It's 47% done. I think we can click maybe over here. Click on that. Hit view profile. This is the device on the reel. Distance remaining 599 feet. That's halfway. Well, not quite because we didn't pull it a full 1200. 1232. Says it's retracting at 113.6 feet per hour. Should be 120, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is because I don't know how it knows what layer it's on. You know, it knows how fast the reel is turning, but how does it know what layer it's on to know how much 1 RPM pulls it in? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's still pretty close there, so that's all cool. Analog pressure is at 136 at the inlet. If I click the next button over here, it'll take us to the pump one. Pressure is 167 at the pump. All good. All right, Brock's about done washing on the grain cart. We gotta get this wire harness put in here for the grain cart controls. Well, we're getting stuff hooked up. I've got, this is the U-Harvest box and the joystick. The joystick controls the spout. And we have a freaking mess of wires down there. We've got a mess of wires on the 3-point. I hate all these wires. Are any of you equipment manufacturers out there, figure out how to get rid of all the dang wires. I hate them. They're just a tangled up nest of mess, and it's a real pain in the butt. Alright, well, I got the auger to unfold and to stuff to move. It pivots up and down, the whole thing does. There's a big cylinder on the front of the cart right there that allows it to the whole thing to pivot up and down. And then the spout also moves in and out and front to back. And the pivot up and down works, the in and out spout works, and the front to back does not. Or it did for a minute and then it quit. And well, it didn't, and then it did, and now it doesn't. And I've got it pointed back because that's where it stopped. And it won't fold the auger with the spout pointed back like that because it'll hit the box. So I got to figure out what's going on and why we're not getting that spout to move. There are some safeties in there with some proximity sensors and stuff. I don't know. I got a test light out. I think it's an electrical issue. We're going to have to do a little diagnostics on the electrical stuff, but I'm going to need Brock's help. So we'll wait till he's done power washing inside the box there. There was a bunch of stuff in the bottom of it that he's washing out. I've pretty well got stuff done in here that we need to. The only thing is this box, this U-Harvest box, could be mounted somewhere. Loose connection. Oh, it was just a loose connection. I had a plate on there that I just about smashed. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Right there. Pick it up before we run it over. All right, well, I spent a little time up in the house. I have one of my aunts is here visiting and the baby. Okay, move it off to one side. Anyway, we got a truck here, load up boxes, so we're gonna get him loaded up. So a truck will hold 44 boxes when they're folded down like this. And we're doing it the easy way and just pushing them in. That is 22. Alright, that truck is loaded, and it's a little after 6, quarter after 6 now. Our traveler's going to be done pretty soon. It's not done yet. But we're going to take another tank of fuel up there and get some other stuff ready to go here. So I'll show you when we're up the field, I guess. I got a nice letter from Warren today, who sent me this. This is a nozzle wrench changer for changing the nozzles on our irrigation thing, because I didn't have one the other day. So thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And I am super impressed that the post office got it here, because there's no street address on there. All right. If any of you do want to send me stuff, I do have a P.O. box that is in the description on all of the videos, and you can find it there. But apparently you can just write Borderview Farms and it'll get here. So thank you. Quick check of our Farm HQ progress. And last update was at 6:23 p.m. It is now 6:29. It was 92.4%. 1,047 of 1,132 feet. So that means it's got, what, 70 feet left? Something like that. 1,050, yeah, 85 feet left. Says it'll be done at 7:15. We'll see how close that is when we get up there. It should be right. I thought it was going to get done a little earlier than that, but I also should have had it running in just a little bit faster. It makes me wonder if my speedometer is wrong on the Traveler, because it's been going a little slower than it's supposed to on a number of runs, so that's entirely possible. Pressure still at 136. We've got GPS. We've got, I don't know what that means. The device is there. And then they've got this battery tab that wasn't there before, but it is now. I don't know what that's all about, but it's showing 13 volts, and it's not charging, nor should it be. But I did get a solar charger. We'll put that on there. See if it makes any difference. I doubt it will. But anyway, we're going to head up to the field here pretty quick. Well, I just checked what the status was on our reel over there, and it says that there are 57 feet remaining. Does that look like 57 feet? Pretty close. It's pretty dang close. So that side of it is working pretty well, I think. The biggest thing now is we're just not getting pump control, and we're going to do a little testing on that here once this shuts down. I'm curious if I disconnected the wires from the bottom of the box here, it should shut the pump off. Now, I'm not brave enough to do it with it running, but I am brave enough to, after it shuts down, flip the breaker, disconnect it, flip the breaker again, and try and push start. If it starts, I don't know. It shouldn't start. It should not start. But we'll see. So we'll do a little diagnostic. I brought my electrical tester up here too. It's possible we welded the contacts and the relay together as soon as we put 480 volts to it, and it's just not going to work, which is why I need that relay. So hook me up. Anyway, we're doing fuel. When I shut stuff off there in the middle of the night and then started it up and ran it some more, we kind of got off our schedule on fuel. We had came up here with it started, and then I ran it a full day, really closer to 36 hours, and we had it down, and we've been basically putting 100 gallons in a day since, and keeping up with it. But we were starting to fall a little behind because of, I didn't fill it when we had it shut down there, and we had some overlapping hours. Okay, it's full. Clearly, we did not need another full 100 gallons. So I don't know how much we just put in, but it's full. So, how much of the neighbor's beans are we watering here? Shouldn't be too much, but we're probably shooting over the line a little bit. We'll see where it falls here. Definitely going to get out of our corn. Well, that's not too bad. 5 or 10 feet. 15 maybe. Ooh, maybe I'm in the way here. Coming at you. Whoa. That's cool. Oh! Shoots a little farther going back than it did coming out. Dang, that is so cool. That's a long ways to shoot water. A very, very long ways. Now there's my solar panel hooked up to this battery. I really don't think it's necessary. I think that battery's got plenty of juice to last all year. But this thing was pretty cheap and we'll use it for other stuff. So I suction cupped it to that thing. And yes, I realize we're not facing the sun right now, but we're gonna be in about 20 minutes. And it will be again tomorrow morning when we spin this thing around and we're pulling the other way. So it'll be fine. The little blinking red light means that it's charging. I looked up, we got 12.4 volts in our battery. I think we're in good shape there, power-wise. All right, so I did a little diagnostics on the pump side there. We have continuity in our control circuit wires, which we knew because it wouldn't work if we didn't. So I checked all of those pins. There's 3 pins in that control wire, and there's continuity to 2 of them. The other 2 or 3, the other 2 combos do not have continuity. And so that's why it's a normally open versus a normally closed system. We want the normally closed, and then when it activates, it opens that circuit, breaks our continuity to our stop button, and it shuts the pump down. That's the idea. I am not getting it to switch. Whether that's because we welded the contacts together and it broke the switch within the control box there, or it's not getting a good enough cell signal to get the signal to shut it down fast enough. I'm not sure, but one way or another, it's not working. So they are sending me a new box, and it's supposed to have better cell service, but I would also like to get a relay put in there just to isolate it. And it's not 480 volts, it's 277, but that's a single leg to ground is always 277. It's leg to leg that you get 480 volts. That's a lot of voltage running through some little tiny wires, and I don't know that it is necessarily made for that. So pump is off, the Traveler is ready to move. We are going to move it, and we're gonna keep pumping water, but we are gonna get this thing figured out. Okay, just getting started pulling the gun out. We need our air on. This is the same lane that we pulled on the very first pull. Would have been 1 week and 1 day ago. Has the corn grown at all? Let me see if I can find a screenshot when we were pulling that one out. So I just started the pump up, and I was thinking about my control system there and how to make this thing work. I had a thought. You guys tell me if I'm crazy, if anybody knows anything about this, or whether this would work or not. But right now my push button controls are running off of 480 volts, or well, 277, right? It's the high voltage coming from the generator. At our farm, on our grain system, all of our push buttons run on a 110 circuit, even if they are controlling the high voltage 480 stuff or the 230 volt circuits, you know. So would it be possible for me to separate the control system from the high voltage in that box on that motor starter and run it with 12 volts? Because I'm getting a 12 volt power supply to power that box, so I don't need that battery sitting there, but it'll have plenty of amperage capacity or watts to run that control if it would work on 12 volts. But I'd have to figure out how to isolate it, and I don't know if that would work or not. But that would solve my issue of high voltage running through that box, because then it would be 12 volts running through that box, and that would do it too without needing a relay. I don't know. Anybody know anything about this stuff that can help me out there? 1222. My lights worked. I could even see them in the sunlight even from that far away. Awesome. Start her up. 10-hour pull. 7:45. Do the math for me, please. 5:45. Is that what we think? 5:45 a.m.? That's what my math tells me. All good here. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm going home, going to bed. Nah, I'm not going to bed yet, but it's 8 o'clock, time for dinner and then bed. I'm glad to be making this pull at night because it's not windy. Last time we were here, we had some pretty strong winds and it really affected our pattern. Some of the middles didn't quite get enough water or any water. So being here tonight will help that. We'll get some water to the center. Tomorrow we'll make the pull towards the road, and then tomorrow evening or afternoon, I suppose, we'll start the next one up going probably that same way. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But we're going to get some of that stuff that we kind of missed the first time because of the wind. So this corn is growing like crazy. It looks really good. You can see where we're stressing it in spots, but we're certainly helping with the water. So sometime this week, it's probably going to be time for my annual corn dissection video where we tear apart a corn plant and find all the little pieces and parts that are in there, the tassel, the ears, all the leaves, all that stuff, and take a good look at that. So someday when I'm not doing too much other stuff, we'll do that. And yeah, if you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. Help me out if you know anything about the stuff that I've asked questions about. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Questions, merchandise. Go buy yourself a shirt. Waterview Farms. Merchandise available on farmfocus.com. See ya.